Hey everybody, today I want to make a video about my favorite, I guess, Battlefront 2 heroes and villains. I wanted to make a tier list for a while now, but my channel was not really in the Battlefront 2 mode. It was more in the direction of Gary's mod, but now my channel is moving towards Battlefront 2 content more, and so I wanted to make this tier list. Like I said, this is a tier list. It's going to be just my opinions of how characters work and play, and which ones I feel are great and which ones I feel are not so great. So, of course, I'm probably not going to live up to your own opinions 100%. But like I said, this is my opinion, and with that I'm sure people are going to disagree with it. If you do enjoy this video, guys, please make sure to like the video. Just take a moment here and thank everybody for the recent support on the channel, where my channel has seen numbers like it has, and it really means a lot that people enjoy my content and watch it. So with that being said, thank you so much for the support. We are less than 100 subs from 6,000 subscribers, which is excellent, and more Battlefront 2 videos almost every other day. That's my schedule right now, is I'm going to post one every other day. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys want to see, like any challenges you guys have, or just what you guys want to see from me in Battlefront 2. Alright, let's start with the first hero. It's going to be BB-8. BB-8, now when he came to the game, I thought he was going to be trash, because, let's be honest, BB-8 doesn't really have a lot of interesting abilities. He had the grapple hook thing, and the Force Awakens, and he was able to, like, shock Finn in the Force Awakens. Ow! And then in The Last Jedi, he shot coins out of himself, and so I was really scared that EA was gonna, or DICE was gonna put that in the game, have BB-8 shoot coins out of him. I thought that was gonna be the dumbest thing ever if they added it to the game. I'm so glad they didn't. BB-8's a really great character. He's got his scan ability, he's got the shoulder charge thing, kind of like Han Solo, and he's got the spin move, which does area of effect damage, and he's got his initial shock as his primary attack. Very nice character, very well rounded, pun intended, because he's a ball. Explaining my own joke, haha. A tier for BB-8. BB-9E, however, I don't feel like is anywhere close to A tier. BB-9E's got the smoke screen, he's got the spin ability just like BB-8, however this one throws enemies when it gets near him, and he's got his scan ability as well, similar to BB-8. However, I feel like he is a lot more underpowered. His kit has synergy, however, it's really like defensively made, and it's really teamwork oriented, so like he can't really hold his own and attack people. People can go on a kill streak with BB-8. BB-8 can mess people up. BB-9E, I don't think so. With that being said, I'm going to give BB-9E the C tier. Next character I'm going to talk about is Chewbacca. Chewbacca, I feel like, deserves a low ranking. Here's why. I don't feel like his kit has great synergy, and I feel like the game really promotes you to move close quarters with Chewie, because I feel like you can't be effective as Chewie from long range. It's like they want you to get close range, but they don't really work very well. He's got the shock grenade, the ground pound, and the unlimited like bowcaster rage or whatever. If that was an ability where like you take 90% less damage and you can just go in and melee people and punch the hell out of people, I feel like that would be way better. That being said, Chewie, C tier. Okay, moving on, we have Lando Calrissian. Now, Lando is a great character, and when I say great character, I'm talking about how he plays in Battlefront 2. I'm not just specifically saying this character is cool, you know. Of course Lando is cool. All these characters are great. But in terms of gameplay, I think Lando has a very nice kit, except for his smoke grenade, I feel like is useless. People can say, oh yeah, you can use it to block people or block lines of sight, but I feel like it just doesn't work very well. If that was another ability, I feel like I'd be more able to play Lando effectively. He's got the smoke grenade, Deadeye, like McCree from Overwatch, and he's got the shock, the stun grenade, and he's got a primary weapon of like a blaster pistol, which can also act as a sniper. He's great in Galactic Assault. He can snipe enemies, do Deadeye. He's got the stun grenade for heroes and heroes versus villains. Showdown, he can hold his own 1v1. If he could do splash damage, that's the only thing that I think would make his kit like better. But other than that, this guy is a solid A tier character. Very nice. Moving on, we got Princess Leia. Now, Leia got a rework, and they changed the flash grenade to a thermal detonator, 3 of them to be precise. She's got thermal detonators, E11 blaster, heavy blaster, and the shield bubble. She also has a pistol, which can do AoE damage at a longer range. I remember when that thing was a sniper and it was overpowered. However, I feel like with newer players, this is a difficult kit, especially if you're in close range with a lightsaber duelist like Dooku. You're gonna get shredded because, unlike Lando, you can't stun. So Leia, I feel like, falls a bit short when it comes to gameplay in heroes versus villains and showdown. She's obviously gonna be good with a team on a heroes team, but I don't know. Galactic Assault, she does okay, but I'm just gonna give her B tier. Moving on, we got Finn. Now, Finn falls into the same kind of boat as Leia, where His kit is nice. He's got like a little pistol, which allows him to go behind enemy lines. He's got a health boost, and he's got his Deadeye ability, which is kind of like Lando's. He's great in Galactic Assault and Supremacy. I don't feel like he is very good against heroes and heroes versus villains. Like, he would lose a 1v1 against Dooku. And just because he would lose a 1v1 against Dooku doesn't mean he's a bad character, but I just feel like it limits his playability in some modes. Unless you're with your team 100% of the time, which doesn't happen. So, Finn is a very nice kit. His kit has excellent synergy for Galactic Assault and Supremacy, especially with your teammates if they stay close to you. So with that being said, I'm going to give Finn the B tier. Moving on, we're going to go to Iden Versio. Iden Versio is a great character. Her kit has excellent synergy. She has the stun ability with her droid, the sniper rifle ability, which allows her to damage enemies at long range, and that sniper also does splash damage, so it's nice to use against saber heroes, and it's good in Galactic Assault against snipers and Supremacy. And she's got her droid shield for moving across the battlefront in case of danger. She's great in Supremacy, Galactic Assault, and Hero Showdown, heroes versus villains. I find it hard sometimes for her to hold a 1v1, but I feel like she's a good, very, very nice kit, and I'm going to give her A tier. Moving on, we got Phasma. Phasma. Excellent synergy with all of her abilities. She's got a stun droid, staff strikes, and she has the health boost. She's a very good defensive character, however, offensively, she is not very good. And I feel like it limits her gameplay a lot, especially in like Galactic Assault. If you're playing offensively with Phasma, it's going to be very hard, especially with your droid, and once you're using it to hold an objective, I guess. Also, in Hero Showdown, heroes versus villains, sometimes her kit promotes camping. Can't really force a Phasma to get away from her droid, you know. It's a little bit difficult, especially if you're a lightsaber hero and you have to get close. Like Rey, gonna have a hard time. Her staff strikes were bugged for quite a while, but they are fixed now. Her health boost is nice. And overall, I feel like her kit works really well. However, I feel like she can hold her own against saber duelists and everything. I feel like the only reason she falls short a little bit is staff strikes. I feel like it's kind of dumb, but I mean, I guess if you stun an enemy and you staff strike them, it works. I'm gonna give Phasma the B tier. Moving on, we got Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett, I love Boba Fett, great character. He has 3 abilities: his concussion rocket, his For the Hunt ability, which allows him to have unlimited jetpack fuel and allows you to scan enemies around the battlefront, and he's got his rocket barrage. I have problems with playing as Boba Fett, especially with his E3, I believe that's the weapon. Yeah, that thing, it has a scope on it, and yet you can't zoom in with it like Bosk, which I don't understand. Like, I guess Boba Fett just hip fires his gun all the time, which I find is stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in the, I think I'm actually just gonna put him in the B tier. I feel like that's fair. But if I put him in C tier, it's a little too hard. Moving on is Palpatine. Palpatine is another character I have a problem with because his abilities only promote close quarters gameplay. He is not a long-range hero. And I'm not saying that every hero needs to be longer range, but they need to have something to deal with, you know, enemies across the map, like Grievous, or not across the map, but enemies at a larger distance than meleeing them, you know? Grievous has his thrust surge, which really helps him, but what does Palpatine have? His chain lightning, using one of his abilities, those 3 being the stun, electrocute, the aura of darkness, and the chain lightning. That's all he has. I feel like this guy should have a lightsaber like he did in the Clone Wars in episode 3, and I feel like he's really limited right now, so I'm gonna give him C tier. Moving on, we have Bosk. Bosk is great. He has the Relby sniper rifle, grenade launcher, poison grenade, which can heal him, and mines. And I really feel like he can hold his own in Galactic Assault, Supremacy, Showdown, heroes versus villains. And I feel like all around his kit is balanced, has great synergy. So he's gonna go in the A tier. Moving on, we have Rey. Rey, her abilities got kind of changed. One of her abilities got really changed up like Grievous's did. She has the Mind Trick, the Foresight, and the Saber Dash. Now, the Saber Dash got changed a lot because previously, she would only be able to move in one linear direction when using that ability. However, now it got changed, so she can turn a lot when she's using that ability, which I think is kind of unfair, just because that's her ability had been unchanged for like a year and a half, and now all of a sudden it's, oh, we're changing it, deal with it. Okay, but yeah, that's not to say her kit is not great, because it is. Excellent synergy, she can hold her own in 1v1. She's a lot more offensive now with that ability change up than she used to be, and with that, I'm gonna give her the A tier. Moving on, we have Darth Vader. Need I say more about Darth Vader? Overpowered. He's overpowered, yes. His kit just has so much synergy that it makes him, to a point, overpowered almost. But yeah, his kit is great. He's viable in all modes, and for that, I'm going to give him the S tier. He's great offensively, great defensively. Moving on, we got Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker, fantastic. He's got the dash strike. He's got the force repulse. He's got the force push. All those are great. He can hold his own in 1v1. He can hold his own in Galactic Assault, Supremacy, Hero Showdown, Heroes versus Villains. What more could you ask for? I could ask for a 4th ability. Why does Anakin Skywalker have a 4th ability, but Luke Skywalker doesn't? I have no idea why. but he deserves a 4th ability. Luke Skywalker has great synergy, he's great in all modes, I'd give him the S tier. Moving on, we got General Grievous. General Grievous, great character. He's got the Thrust Surge, the Unrelenting Advance, and he has the Claw Rush, which is the one that got changed, similar to Rey's. Instead of moving in one direction, he now can turn, and in a saber duel, you can kind of abuse that turning to like hit an enemy multiple times when they're knocked down. It's kind of unfair. His abilities are great. He can deal with enemies at longer range with the Thrust Surge. The only thing that's terrible about him is his Unrelenting Advance. If an enemy gets behind you, you're screwed. But I guess it's just the way his character plays. And if he tries to deflect a blaster bolt, he's gonna run out of stamina after 2 shots. It's unbelievable. 2 or 3, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is he cannot play defensively at all, but he is a very good offensive character. He's great in duels, supremacy, showdown, wherever you throw him, he'll do great. He just needs a little more help on defense, so I'm gonna give him the A tier. Moving on, we got Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's abilities is the perfection, the most synergy, I'd like to say, in the game. You can he's got the freeze ability, force pull, and frenzy. You can force pull an enemy to you, freeze him, and use frenzy. Bada bing, you've just used all 3 abilities perfectly, perfect synergy. My god, this guy. He's great offensively, he's great defensively, he's great in all the modes. Gotta be S tier. Gotta be S tier for Kylo Ren. Han Solo, he's got the shoulder charge, detonite charge, and the sharpshooter. If I were to remove one of those, it'd be the sharpshooter. I feel like that ability, while it is good at close range, if you're like fighting a Vader who's charging you and you're trying to get his stamina down, it works really well. However, I feel like at longer range, Han Solo is kind of limited to short range unless he just uses primary blaster to snipe people, but nevertheless, he's a very good pick wherever he is. He can hold his own defensively and offensively. Very good, A tier. Anakin Skywalker, the broken one. This guy was broken when he launched, and I want to say he's still kind of broken now, but not to the extent, of course. I know I just got through saying Kylo Ren has the best synergy, but Anakin's abilities also have excellent synergy. He's got the Force Repulse, the Force Pull, and he's got the Saber Strike that can go through a block. That thing is so useful in duels. My god, that is great. I wish more characters had abilities like that where you can go through a block, similar to, Yoda's. But yeah, Anakin I think is still able to hold his own now. In any mode, in a 1v1, he's also got that Retribution ability, the 4th ability, which is excellent, so I'm going to put him in the S tier. Moving on, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kenobi is the greatest at defense. His abilities include forward rush, I think? Defensive rush? Defensive rush, that is it. Deflects all blaster bolts, and it actually does damage. And I think similar to Rey's and General Grievous's change, you can now turn while doing that. You used to not be able to turn very much, but now you can. Very fun kit. He's got the most stamina out of any hero or villain. He also has the best regen, I think, next to Dooku. He can regen the most health. Very good offensively, defensively, and so I'm gonna put Kenobi. I was gonna put him in the A tier. He'd get in the S tier. I may have put too many people in the S tier. Oh well. These are my opinions, so like I said, people are probably gonna disagree, but oh well. Darth Maul. Darth Maul's got the Force Choke, Saber Toss, and the Saber Spin, as I call it. All those work great. Great synergy with all of them. I feel like the only thing that I have a problem with Maul with is he's a very good offensive character, and he's great on defense too. I'm just gonna give him the A tier. I don't think he's the S tier, but he's a very solid A tier character. Great whatever mode, whichever way he's playing. Moving on, we got Count Dooku. Count Dooku's got the duelist ability, Exposed Weakness, which allows enemies to take more damage and slows them. He's got the Force Lightning. He's got a ranged attack, Force ability. He's got a, 2 abilities that buff his dueling power. Fantastic. He's got a lot of regen. He's got a lot of stamina. Perfect. Dooku's great. I feel like he belongs in the A tier. He's a solid pick. He's great on defense and offense. Whichever mode he's in, he's a great character. Finally, we got Master Yoda. One of his abilities is a Saber Dash. Goes through a block, which is nice. He's got a health boost that boosts his own health and teammates around him, which is nice in Heroes Showdown, Hero versus Villains, Supremacy, Galactic Assault, whichever mode he's in, he's great. He's got the Force Repulse. Overall, solid character, strong, whichever mode he's in, belongs in the A tier. Alright guys, so with that is my official character tier list for Battlefront 2's Heroes and Villains, July 22nd, 2020. With that, that's my completed list. If you guys enjoyed this video, I really do appreciate it if you let me know in the comments below. I read all my comments. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're less than 100 subs away from 6,000, and I couldn't be more grateful for everyone who's supporting the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, like I said earlier, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting Battlefront 2 videos every other day. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you want to see. Let me know if you agree with this tier list or what you think is different. Obviously, like I said, this tier list probably wouldn't be exactly similar to your own, but this is just how I feel, and I just wanted to make this video because I thought it'd be fun. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for the support once again, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. I hope you guys all have a great day.
Do it. Do it. Do it. I am the Senate. Do it.